What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super. Holy fucking shit. I need to say this right now. This is honestly the greatest episode of Super since the Terminator-inspired Goku Black. As you guys know, that one is my absolute favorite episode of Dragon Ball Super. I don't think anything will top it at this point. But this episode, my man Vegeta. This was out of the best episode of Super since that episode, and I also got to give a massive props to my man Chris Sabat. Chris Sabat, my God, the voice acting in this episode was some of the best I have ever seen him do as Vegeta. He was fucking with that man. Like, I meant this, but whatever the hell is going on with the case, and whatever the new accusations around him are true, if they are true, I will say, yeah, I've lost some respect for him as a person, but I will never, ever say that he'll never stop being the greatest voice actor, dub VA, I should say, of all time for me. With work he puts in for Vegeta, man, I just can't do that. Like, as him as a person, that's a different story, but as a voice actor, my God, you gotta give the man props, and you have to respect what the work he puts in for Vegeta, because my God, this is some of the best work he has done as Vegeta, and it might be the last. Depending if Funimation loses the license after those outtakes, which I don't think they should, but I can't really tell you if they do. But that's a different story. But before we jump right in, there's a couple stuff, new Toonami news that dropped that I want to quickly talk about before we jump right into this episode review. First off, on September 28th, there's gonna be a super marathon going on starting from. I don't know which episode starts from, but it's gonna be about 11 episodes. So that week you guys won't see any reviews from me. One Punch Man season 2 just got announced by Join Toonami, which I'm happy to see. That's going to be happening on October 12th, which I'm happy to see, as well as Demon Slayer. That's also gonna be coming out on October 12th as well. Definitely happy to see both of these. I've been watching Demon Slayer subs. I need to get caught up on it, and I've been loving it. One Punch Man season 2, I haven't watched it all. I know the controversy that's happened with the art animation, and I'm low-key actually doing a first impressions video when that episode drops. I'm not going to start reviewing it or anything, but I think I want to just drop my quick thoughts on that first episode, just so you guys know what I think about it, because I know this episode has been very controversial with the art animation, going from Madhouse to JC Staff, So yeah. Also, on the 5th, we have a new lineup. We have the 5th is actually going to be. Oh no! Dragon Ball Super is actually ending on the 5th, actually. So that's gonna start out the finale of Dragon Ball Superman, which, man, that's gonna be weird because I've been reviewing this show for 3 years now, which it's crazy. That's finally ending. But yeah, you got that at 11. 11:30 to 12, we got Dr. Stone, and 12:30 we got Fire Force and Food Wars, Black Clover, Boruto, Naruto Shippuden. Gundam, mostly Gun Origins, Lupin the Third Part 5, and ending with Hero Aka. So yeah, Crazy Super's ending really soon though, too, guys. Man, it's weird, because, oh man, I've been reviewing this show for so long. It's gonna feel weird on Sundays when I don't review it. It's gonna be weird. But it's not okay, because it gives me less time to worry about the channel and more time for me to focus more on schoolwork, which, that's always a plus. So yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into this review. So he starts this off. You got Vegeta. He's struggling to get up against Jiren. Jiren's like, your android friend sacrificed himself to save you, and yet you still intend to fight. Yes, I do, and I'm the one that's going to beat you, Jiren. And so then Vegeta tries to go Super Saiyan, but can't. He's so weak, and he has next to no ki left that he can't even go Super Saiyan anymore. So he's like, skipping your usual transformation. This will be more than enough to beat you. And then he tries to put. And I mentioned this in my episode reaction for this episode, which I did, and this is when I was starting to get. I was like, in this episode, I was like, should I do a reaction to it? Which I got first, I'll say, who the fuck names these episodes? Like, who the fuck titles an episode Vegeta Falls? Like, legit, that's like me naming an episode Bakugo defeats Izuku or something. Who the hell put spoilers in the episode telling me who the hell named this? Why is that there? Like, granted, this isn't the first time, they've done it a couple of times, and I'm just like, why are y'all putting spoilers in the episode titles? What is this? Literally no other anime I've seen does this kind of shit where they just tell you major spoilers. Imagine there was an episode that said, I don't know, the third Hokage dies or something. Who the hell names these, man? What the fuck? Anyway, what if One Piece is like this? But whatever. So Vegeta charges up and he starts punching, and I gotta get props to the sound engineer team for this episode, because when he punches, there's you can hear there's no power behind them like there usually is, which I like. I like that they actually put the like where they have his punches have like next to no impact to them because he's just so wicked. So he just tries to like keep punching Jiren, but Jiren's like, this is futile. You should exit the ring. He's like, shut up, shut up. And he'll try to punch. He's like, fine. If you want to fight like this, then be my guest. Punches Vegeta, sends him flying into some rubble, and so he starts sliding up, but his hand managed to get a hold on like this little crease, and then we get these flashbacks throughout Dragon Ball Super, which we see him after he beats Kaba in the Universe 6 arc. You see, the line from when before Kaba got eliminated, he was like, I'm not going to let Saiyan break his word. They even are showing up clips from like the first episode of Super when he's with Bulma and Vegeta's like, and also when Bulma's pregnant, Bola or Bra, whichever you prefer, whichever your preference is for her. He's like, give it to me, you're holding her wrong. That also, which was just nice. I gotta say, it's stuff like I mentioned this last, but I know I give Toriyama a lot of shit, man. I'm very critical of him. But when Toriyama gets his shit together and we see Toriyama's best like moments like here. Toriyama still can go with the best of the best, and he rivals stuff like Naruto Hiroaka with episodes like this, man. I don't know how much of a role Toriyama did this in his script. Like I don't know how much this was his and how much this was a Toei's writers' room, but whatever the case may be. This was just fantastic. I love the fight. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the greatest, what I like to dub the squash episode I've ever seen. Now let me explain. For any of you non-wrestling aficionados, a squash match in wrestling is a term used to build up new talent to show them as a crowd. So they just have them go against enhanced talent, and they just get their and they just beat the living shit out of the enhanced talent to show off how strong they are to build them up. You can see these examples with the War Raiders, Lars Sullivan, amongst others when they first made their debuts to the main roster as well as NXT. But here in anime, it's legit the exact opposite. It's always like, whoever gets their ass beat is the one that's always getting built up and built and written like as a very credible thread that, hey, this person can take a beat. I've noticed this happens a lot with the female characters, I've noticed. Like Hinata getting her ass beat by Neji in the shooting exams, Uraraka getting her ass beat by Bakugo in the UA Sports Festival arc in Season 2, Videl getting beaten by Spopovich in the Buu arc, stuff like that. And this is now Vegeta getting his ass beat by Jiren. I really dig these episodes because they always show up, because they're always very emotional, and they always build up the characters. They've always done a great job building up the characters as credible. This is the second time Toriyama's done this. The first time was obviously with Videl in the Buu arc, and I really dug that episode. And that's when I really started falling in love with Videl, was after that episode. The same thing, and my God, I've already loved Vegeta, man, but this episode just made me love Vegeta that much more, man. Like, my man Vegeta, man, I fucking love Vegeta. And the stuff here with those flashbacks just added, man. It was just, oh my God, I loved it. And I mentioned before, Chris Sabat's voice, man. My God, was this some of the best work he's done, man. I absolutely loved Chris Sabat's work here, man. Without it, some of the best he's ever done, man. And, it was just fucking fantastic. So anyway, Vegeta struggles to get back up. Beerus is just shocked. He's like, whoa, I can't believe he withstand all that. And he's like, I'm not done yet, Jiren. Never sell a Saiyan short. And I'm just like, oh, my man Vegeta, he is such a fucking badass, man. Like, this was fantastic. Anyway, back to the episode. And so Vegeta keeps trying to take out Jiren. He gets back up again, and he gets punched again. He ends up I don't even know what the hell he was holding on to, but he falls over. He sits by some rubble, leaning or about to fall, but I guess some of his boot kind of got stuck to the rubble and let him keep him from getting eliminated. I don't even know how that's even possible, but whatever. I don't know what it was hanging on to, but whatever. So, and then the Destroyer for the 11th Jiren's like, why haven't you announced his elimination? He says, he's still interacting, he's still part of the race, so he has not got eliminated yet. But, so, after this, we see Bulma. At this point, I was like, fuck it, I need to do an episode reaction. So I went back, rewind the episode, and I filmed my reaction, which is already up on the channel, if you guys want to check that out. So, And I asked, for all you guys that watched this episode sub when it first aired, when it was aired last year, who actually voiced Bulma here? Because her Japanese voice actor ended up passing away before these episodes were recorded. So if any of you guys know who ended up voicing her here, tell me down below. I'm curious if they actually got to voice Bulma for this. But anyway. So Bulma shows me, she's like, what? And I gotta say, Monica Rial. Monica Rial also put in one of her best performances I've seen as Bulma right here in this episode, man. She was fucking fantastic too. Gotta give my props to Monica. So she's like, what are you doing with you? Come on, you gotta be. And she's like, He's like, damn it! Why do you always keep waking me up early? So he gets back up and is ready to fight Jiren some more. Goddamn! Like, oh, this is the greatest, without doubt, the greatest squash episode I've ever seen. And like I mentioned before, I love a squash episode can do wonders for a character and wonders for a series because they could really elevate that series and just give you just a very emotional, amazing episode. Like I mentioned before, it's been done greatly. Yeah, I would say the second best one is probably. It's a toss-up between Hinata and Orihime, and between Hinata and Uraraka. I can't really choose between those two. I think I might have liked Uraraka's a little bit more, but with how with Hinata and then Naruto came in there and he issued a challenge to Neji. Ooh, that was some hype shit, man. It's a toss-up between those two, man. But whatever the case may be, man, those are some fire episodes of Hirawaka, as well as Naruto, man. Like, I love these episodes. So Vegeta, and then Jiren's like, why do you keep fighting? You have no chance to beat me, so why you keep fighting? It's like, even if I told you, you wouldn't understand, because you're just a cold, heartless bastard. So I'm like, and he's like, that punch didn't hurt one bit. And I'm like, yeah, Vegeta, he hits like a bitch. So Vegeta tries to charge, then Jiren just beats the shit out of Vegeta. He's like, these punches hit like freight trains. And it's like, Vegeta's just getting out, and I gotta say this. Like I mentioned before, compare the punch between Jiren and Vegeta's right here. I gotta give props once again to the sound engineer, and I also gotta give props to the composer of this series, because my god, the OST here, the music I was playing here was fucking fantastic, man. Like, oh my god, the music, oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, it elevated this episode so much. That track they had it playing right here, it elevated so much. Oh, it was fantastic, man. I absolutely fucking loved it, man. But anyway, so Vegeta tries to fight. So Vegeta tries to like do that thing where I guess try to break his arm, but Jiren just activates, like puts some fire around his arm, and it just sends Vegeta flying. He's like, so then Vegeta tries to punch again, and he's like, as your foe, I have to what was the word he used? I have to acknowledge your pride, but it's over now. Punches Vegeta, sends him out of the ring, and oh my god, Chris Sabat's voice acting here, man. Oh my god, this man deserves a fucking award for this, man. Holy shit! He's like, I'm sorry, and he starts crying too. He's like, I'm sorry, Bulma. And there's also some other lines where Bulma came in there being like, you can do this, Vegeta. And I'm just like, oh, Toriyama! God, you and you're at your best. You rival Horikoshi Kubo and Kishimoto, man, when he's at his best, man. Why can't you be like this more often? Anyway, so Vegeta, but I was like, yo, you can do this. Which, oh my god, like I before, Monica was on her fucking A game here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, she was so good. But anyway, as I was saying, so right here, after Vegeta came in there, Vegeta, so he starts crying once he got punched, he was pretty much eliminated at this point. He starts crying, he's like, I'm just another fool, I couldn't keep my promise, I'm sorry, Bulma, Kava, Trunks, and he says, it's up to you now, Kakarot, and fires, I guess, the last bits of his energy to Goku to help him recover, and he ends up going Super Saiyan Blue. Now, goddamn you, Toriyama, because I hate the fact that you're constantly pushing Goku down our throats and always having him win, but goddamn it, I always get hyped for Goku and cheering him on. How the hell does he keep doing this? I heard it before. I'm like, my love for Goku has gone down significantly throughout Super, just the fact he's always getting pushed down our throats, and he's always just, has to get the W. But my goddamn it, when when shit hits the fan and Goku comes in there for the save, I always still get hyped. Why? God damn you, Toriyama! How are you good at this, man? How do you keep doing this to me? Anyway, so Goku tries to go against Jiren. He's not really doing much damage to him since he's only in Super Saiyan Blue, and we know Jiren's like way overpowered in Super Saiyan Blue form. And they just keep going at it and going at it for a while. And the guy's like, oh, can you do it? Can you do it? And nobody mentions the fact how Frieza's still in here, which means they still have a 2-on-1 advantage technically. So really, all Goku needs to do is run out the clock. They literally never bring up how Frieza's still in it, so literally all he has to do is run out the clock at this point, like legit. Like they never brought that up, which I thought was kind of weird. But anyway. So it's like around the end of the match, around the episode, Goku was like, we're like, oh man, it looks like Goku's about to get eliminated. But then my man Goku goes Ultra Instincts, man. Ooh, the transformation here where he just vanishes and he appears behind Jiren. He's just like, and you got that song playing, man. And that's the episode ends. Oh my fucking god. On fucking god, that was some hype shit, man. Man, this episode was just fucking phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Without a doubt, the best episode of Super since the Terminator-inspired Goku Black episode, man. Holy fuck, this episode's just amazing. So overall, guys, you could probably guess my final verdict. I give this episode a 10 out of 10, guys. Oh, and one last thing, guys, before I end this video off. One thing I praise this episode for, but this is really the only time in Dragon Ball Super, besides the Goku Black arc, where there was ever really a sense of tension and stake with Vegeta here. With the way how Jiren was here, and kind of a little bit what happened last episode, there was just like the only time, especially when Goku was getting, so it looked like he was about to get eliminated before he got, it was like, I was legit really getting started. I was like, oh shit, that was like really the only time where we really got some sorts of stake and tension where I was like, oh shit. Which is one major thing that Dragon Ball has always had a problem with ever since the Dragon Balls became super overpowered, and they were like, we can revive anybody, no matter how many times they've died or if they've been resurrected by the Dragon Balls. That's why the main reason why I was never really, I love the Boo arc, but it was not as great as it really should have been, because they have Boo being this super ultra unbeatable guy, but yet I never felt any tension, no stakes, nothing where I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh shit, Boo, could they actually win this? Now before y'all say, oh, it's because you were reviewing Super while you were watching the Boo arc in Yokai, or the fact I haven't gotten touched here is because I watched the Broly movie. No. Before y'all hit me with that, the fact you know what happens later in a series should never have an involvement with how that previous arc should give you attention and stakes. A great example of this is Bleach. Because about a month ago, James Hansen, who you guys may know is pretty much the face of the Bleach community on YouTube, hosted a 12-hour-long Bleach watch-along live stream on his Twitch. Had the episodes playing and on like a little screen, and we were watching along with him, reacting and just watching shooting shit for Bleach, while we were waiting for the Bankai live stream for Bleach Brave Souls at 3rd anniversary to begin, or 4th anniversary I think it was. We were waiting there and we were watching Bleach, and where it ended, or at least where I had to go to sleep for a couple hours so I came back in time for the Bankai live stream because it was getting pretty late, was Ichigo versus Ulquiorra. Now, by this point, I had already known about Aizen stuff and the 1,000-Year Blood War. But while I was watching that fight, I was constantly on the edge of my seat, constantly filled with a sense of dread because Kubo built Ulquiorra up as this major threat that this guy could legit kill Ichigo. In fact, no, I'm not going to keep going. In fact, he even did before Ichigo came back, got that Vastadore from. And we got one of the most badass lines in anime history. Johnny on Bob saying, I will protect you, man. And that shit fucking slap, boys. Oh, that was some hype shit. But while I was watching that episode, when Ichigo was facing against Ulquiorra, the music, the music and everything, I had this huge sense of dread that, oh shit, Ichigo could lose. Ichigo could die. Orihime could die. Oryu could die. I had that tension, even though I already knew about that they were going to win and face against Aizen and have the 1,000-Year Blood War. Because Kubo didn't build Ichigo. I was like, I have unlimited power. I can defeat anyone. Nobody can touch me. And because one thing with Dragon Ball is that Kubo, or Toriyama I should say, when has Toriyama ever made you believe ever that Goku could ever lose a match or would not come out victorious? When? Never. That's my biggest problem with Dragon Ball. As well as one of my major problems with Toriyama just as a writer. But here, with how Vegeta was, how he was so weakened, it was here. And this is, like I mentioned before, this is really just shows you the quality differences. Like, this is kind of why a part of me would almost consider Dragon Ball overrated at points because of stuff like this, but other times when I watch the series, I can see why it's as popular as it was and how praised and as beloved it is. When you've got moments like with Vegeta getting his ass beat by Jiren, and you have all that when the emotion levels are high. It's kind of like where I'm like, parts of me think Dragon Ball is kind of a little overrated, but other times I'm like, it's really not. It's a weird thing with me. It's kind of weird, but I just wanted to bring that up because I just wanted to show that Dragon Ball just has never had a really good time with actually giving you tension, which is why I love the Goku Black arc so much, because there was actually some tension there because the Dragon Balls were already destroyed. They couldn't bring these guys back if they died. No, I'm sure Toriyama would find some dumbass reason to find out, whether it was through time travel or some other bullshit. but it was still there, and that's why I love the Goku Black arc, and which is why I haven't really felt any tension through this arc or the Boo arc, where I'm just like, okay, yeah, Jiren is like, yeah, Jiren and Boo were built up as these possibly unbeatable forces, but unlike Okiura, they have the where Ichigo wasn't built up like, oh yeah, Ichigo was still built up properly to not make him think of him as this unbeatable god. Looks like that I'll get a power up out of my ass every time Ichigo's at a power up. It's always been explained. It always makes sense if you actually fucking pay attention. So yeah, a little mini rant aside, I just want to throw that out there because that's another thing of why I love this episode is because I actually did feel some tension, and Jiren did kind of look like that unbeatable threat where you're like, oh shit, could they actually make it out? It's not, but anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I just wanted to get that out there because that was one thing like I mentioned before. That's one thing I really loved about this episode was that there was a bit of tension in this episode. There was a bit of stakes with Jiren, how he could maybe win. It's like, but not as good as some other series like I mentioned before, like when Ichigo faced off against Okiura in Bleach. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, flag at links down in the description box below. And as always, keep out for more. See you guys next time.